Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you, BJ, for gifting Raga while I was still setting up. It's mod bribery. No, it's not. It's kindness. It's kindness. Yeah, sorry. I was getting water and I still haven't eaten breakfast, so we'll see if I'm able to go the whole stream without a snack, but I'm kind of hungry. So, yeah, sorry for the delay. Was also a little caught up looking for instruments this morning, so ran a little late. But I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to be doing instruments today. It is April, yes. So last time we did slugs, I think. This looks familiar. Today I'll be doing some studies of instruments. This was something that was requested by a member of the community, and yeah, if anyone has requests on stuff you'd like to study, I'm always open. I try to make the schedule a month out, but I'm trying to build the schedule for the rest of the year right now so that I can just kind of be ahead, and it helps me a lot. So anyway, if you have stuff you'd like to draw, let me know. Whether it's, live or after, in a VOD, if you're watching on YouTube, I guess, or in the Discord, but I'm always open to suggestions. But I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to another week. Happy second week of April. It's crazy how fast this year is going, you guys. I cannot believe. It is already the second week of April, but that's okay. That's okay. Sorry if I seem a little tired. I am. I did not sleep well last night. So this is one of those test days where it's like, hey, you've started the art gym an hour earlier. Today would have been one of those days where I probably would have slept in a little bit, but didn't. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of actually hoping it will help me just like force myself to get back to a better sleep pattern. But right now I'm suffering a little bit. I'm a little tired, a little groggy, but that's okay. Weird instruments, regular instruments, whatever kind of instruments you want, really. Ungoy taught you that crime is good. Don't listen to Ungoy. BJ, if there's one thing that we know is true, is Ungoy is not to be trusted. Always trying to incite crime and riots here. Always telling people I'm a professional. Setting the expectation way too high for when I'm immediately not professional. Listen. Yeah, not a pro. See, Bickman? Look, my bot knows. Bickman knows. But anyway, welcome in, everybody. Let me scroll up and say hi to everybody. No, my bot is not broken. No, my bot is cracked. That's like 56%. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. All right, let me scroll up and say hi to everybody. No, see, you understand. The purpose of that bot is to remind people to keep their expectations low, okay? Professionalism is low here. I still don't really know how Twitch works. I feel like I still learn something new every day about Twitch. Like the other day, I learned that you can like set up a bot to do all What's happening? Oh gosh, Phoenix, hey, it's good to see you. Welcome in. We'll get you a shout out here in a second. If you guys have not followed Phoenix Fire Element already, please do. Phoenix is good people, has such cozy streams. I love to listen in when I can in the mornings. This is what we did last time, Phoenix, actually. So I'm going to be doing the art gym, so it's going to be like this, but this, to give anyone coming in, this is an idea of what we're about to do. Except today, the theme is instruments. So I know these do not look like instruments. That's because they're not. I'm just getting started. But welcome in. What did you get up to? I'd love to see any work that you worked on today if you wanted to share. If you have to raid and run though, please don't worry about it. Don't feel pressured, I understand. But thank you for being here. Hey Uber, good to see you. Welcome in. Uber over here secretly streaming amazing paintings and not telling anybody. I'm still working through that one, Uber. Phoenix, we were crushing little possums. If you have time to share, I would love to see. Feel free to drop a link in the chat. I know, right, Phoenix? See, Uber, nobody knew. Nobody knew. You guys, I see Uber in like tons of art channels. Had no idea that they were an artist or that they streamed. To be fair, I think it's new. I might be outing Uber, but keep that in mind. Phoenix. Sea slugs are instruments of incredible colors. That's true. Hey, Charlie's Dragon. I haven't even said hi to everybody yet, but yeah, while we're waiting, for anyone who's here on the raid, if you haven't been here before, my name is Kasey. I do digital art primarily, but sometimes we do traditional stuff. I'll start with my sculpture if I can get it to open. Sometimes I do sculpting here on stream, so here's a sculpture I made months ago at this point. I need to get some new images here at my home set up so you guys don't have to see the same images all the time. And if anyone wants to see my other work, you can always check out my socials as well. But I do sculpting on stream, I do digital illustration, we do warm-ups in the morning. We're actually starting a new stream series this month. We're starting next week, called Character Camp. I'm excited because I want to get better at character design. I need, like, everything I do on stream is like, I'm trying to find fun ways to, like, if people want to join in, they can, but like I want this time to be helpful for me as well, because I am trying to get into illustration and be a professional, like a real professional illustrator. Right now I'm just kind of playing one on the internet, I think, but I would love to be stronger at some of my character design and illustration work. So Character Camp is going to be something we'll start next week, where basically chat can submit ideas like words, and I'll pick 3 or 4, and we'll just assign characters for an hour or 2 based on those words. And it's just like a fun shape language prompt. So we do that. I do sea slug dragons. We have some of those in here. I've got a comic called Drift, if anyone wants to read it, ! Drift. Stickers. Oh, these are going out in Patreon cards this month. So if anybody wants to get a sticker with their sketch, so you get a sketch in the mail and a sticker this month, just for fun, because I printed them out via Prince Charming, my printer. Chat named that, by the way. But yeah, I do all kinds of digital work. So anyway, this is the kind of stuff you can expect here if you hang out. So thanks for hanging out. But yeah, if I'm just kind of burning time until I see a link from Phoenix, but if not, I will go pick through. But make sure you guys go follow Phoenix if you haven't already. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I do here on stream. So if you're interested in that, if you like digital illustration, I do a lot of creature stuff. I'm trying really hard, like I said, to get better at people, and I'm hoping Character Camp will help me with that. My rule is going to be they have to be human characters, so I'm going to be limiting myself to human characters primarily. I may do a couple of, like, you know, children's book kind of anthropomorphized characters from time to time, but for the most part I'm going to be trying to stick to human characters, just to force myself to actually utilize all of the human study stuff that we do here. So but as you can see, I do a lot of like painting and things. But creature design is first Wednesday of the month. We do sea slug dragons. My afternoon streams are back on, and thank you for that follow, by the way. I appreciate that. So my tech issues at the studio, I think, have been resolved. If I can go a month of streaming in the studio without crashing, we're going to do some kind of like a giveaway party. I'll have some merch and stuff. We'll do a stream party at the end of the month. So if you want to come back this afternoon, I'll be streaming. I stream in the afternoons on Mondays and Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So anyway, but that's when I do things like the special events, like the Character Camp, the Sea Slug Dragons, the sculpting. So I'm really excited. Excuse me, I just woke up also. I'm really excited to have the afternoon streams back, because I really missed doing all that stuff with you guys. So anyway, how is everybody in chat? Let me scroll up and say hi to everybody, and then we're gonna get started, because I'm behind, you guys. I'm behind in chat. My chat is broken. I really appreciate that. Thank you, son. Hey Crimson, how's it going? Okay, let's see. We have Amazing Fan 15. Thank you for being here in the chat. I appreciate you. Pyro, I know you said you had to run, but thank you for popping in and saying hi. Real Fopu, hello, hello. What's the name of this music? I don't remember what was playing when we started. I'm sorry. If you, I have it on shuffle, so I don't know. It was probably the I Love You Always Forever remix, or maybe Millennium, or maybe Vince Joy. Those are the things I think that played before. Neil, hello, how are you? It's good to see you. BG White, of course, thank you again for that very generous gift sub to Raga. You've given 50. Raga is your 50th gift sub. That is extremely kind, BJ. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for gifting that sub to Raga. Much deserved. A very helpful mod here. It's mod bribery. Ultimate Pumpkin Pie, hello. Charlie's Dragon, hello. Miss Art Rules, and who else am I missing? Ulodnin. Bigman, who else? I feel like I missed some folks in chat. I'm so sorry. Izaka, hello. Zach, if you're still here, Zaknida? Is that how you say your name? Hello, welcome in. Thanks for coming on the raid. I'm trying to scroll down and see, of course, Uber, hello. Sorry to immediately throw you under the bus there. I'm still in shock. Getting back to it after 4 years. Hey, that was me last year. I understand. I went on a very long hiatus from streaming. It happens. I got back into it for the first time really since 2020, maybe 2019, I think was when I kind of stopped trying. Which is ironic, because that's when I should have kept trying, because literally everybody else was streaming. I just didn't get the memo. Crimson, hello. Welcome back, good to see you. And Fox Confessor, howdy howdy. My morning is going well. We just got a very kind raid from Phoenix Fire Element. I didn't see a link, but I'm gonna go ahead and just pull up Phoenix's Instagram because I think Phoenix is great and you guys should go follow if you aren't already. So let me find that without things crashing, hopefully. Beautiful. Here's what Phoenix does. So if you want to go watch a lot of knitting and some crochet, or maybe I have that backwards, but lots and lots of yarn work happening. Really, really cute designs. She's also very friendly, is happy to talk about her process, and I just think she's a lot of fun to hang out with. So you guys all have a good time over there. Also does drawing, by the way. Has been doing some more drawing lately, so if you like drawing streams, those are also a thing over on Phoenix's channel. But yeah, make sure you go follow Phoenix. I'm sure whatever she was working on today was adorable and wonderful. So thank you again, Phoenix, for that raid. I really appreciate it. My morning's going well. I'm slow. I'm slow right now. But that's okay. Let me take a drink of water here. And we'll get started. So, the art gym, for anyone who's new here and like, what is the art gym? Why do you call it that? The idea is that basically we can encourage one another to kind of do studies from observation together. Sort of like the practice and the study and the foundational stuff. That's all stuff that every artist knows they should be doing more regularly. Very few of us are making time to do it, at least speaking for myself, I very rarely made time to do it. And so we call it the art gym because it's kind of like an accountability buddy session, like kind of how you need somebody. Sometimes it's easier to show up to the gym if you have a friend meeting you there. That's how I feel about this space, is you guys are forcing me to do this and I appreciate it. So it's kind of like accountability buddies for artists. So the idea is anything that you do for the art gym, if you want to submit it, I mean, you can do any kind of warm-up studies that you want to, right? Like if you need to do some stuff for a specific project or some character work, like feel free to use this as your accountability time. But at the end of the art gym, anybody who does a study, like something specifically drawn from reference, we will show that on screen. And the whole reason I just do it like that is because I want to encourage other artists who also know they need to develop this habit of warming up with observational study. If that's something that you want to develop, sometimes just seeing that other people are doing it can kind of get you motivated to try, and trying can turn into a routine. And so that's the only reason we have the like, hey, if it's from observation of any kind, whether it's in-person observation or a photograph, feel free to share it and we'll share it on the screen. But we have other art shares for all kinds of art things too. Like we have the monthly art showcase that you can submit any art that you want, just one piece per month. We're also about to start doing the character camp. So there's like lots of opportunities to get your work on the stream if that's your goal. But yeah, you check out the Discord for all that stuff. So here is the Discord link if anyone would like it. Oh, shoot. Yeah, Dally, we're gonna start doing a character camp because I need to get better at shape language. So I'm gonna start doing, right now it's just gonna be one Monday a month, and you can find in the Discord in the stream schedule section. I think there's also an event in Discord if anyone wants a reminder when that's happening. You can click interested and you'll just get a ping when that one's going live. But it'll be, I think, next Monday. I think it's a week from today. So next Monday, the 14th, we're gonna be doing character camp where chat can submit words to like just words that would describe characters, and I'll pick like 3 or 4, put them on screen, and then anybody who wants to design some characters based on those words is welcome to. And then at the end of the like 2-hour block or whatever, we'll put them on screen. So I'm hoping it'll motivate me to stay on task and actually practice my shape language. And I'm anticipating the first few I'm going to be really terrible. So, you know, just feel free to come show me up. Anybody who does character art, I'm probably going to just be hanging my head in shame, like, here's my meager offerings, let us learn. But yeah, we're calling it character camp. I was thinking character boot camp, but that makes it sound like I know what I'm doing. I don't want anyone to think I know what I'm doing, because I don't. I'm not a pro. I'm just trying to learn. So, yeah, you can always drop tips. There's like talk shop in the Discord. There's the stream event channel if you have stuff specific for character camp, like for people who want to do that. If you have like character art resources that you want to share, absolutely. I'm sure people would love that. I sure would. But yeah, shape language stuff is not my strong suit, so I'm trying to work on that. Yeah, okay, so let me actually start now. Let's do a new group. We're gonna do instruments. And if anyone wants to do something else, please don't feel like you have to draw instruments to be a part of the art gym today. I always tell people, draw whatever you want from observation. As long as it's from observation, whether it's like your cat sitting next to you, a glass of water you're drinking out of. I always recommend in-person observation over flat two-dimensional images, because you're going to notice immediately it's harder, but that's because your brain is having to work harder to actually find the planes and figure out how to make it two-dimensional. When you're drawing from a flat image, it's already kind of flattened for you, so it's much easier to fall into that habit of copying versus studying. And we're really trying to train the brain to study, not copy. And that's how you're actually going to take things in and memorize how things look so that you can draw better from imagination. If you're only ever copying and like really focusing on getting lines and angles just right and trying to make it look just like the reference image, you're ultimately not going to actually learn how to draw on your own without a reference. So that's the habit we're trying to break here. I fall into this habit. I know lots of people do. It's easy. It's easy to do, especially if you're only drawing from flat two-dimensional images on screens, right? Or in books. So if you can look around you and find something to draw, I always recommend that, even if it's not an instrument or whatever the topic is. So, but if you happen to have a guitar laying around, it would be a really cool thing to like set up some light on it and then just try to draw it and just see what happens. Oh, Science, thank you for that. I love the new emote. Looks great. Looks great. Welcome in, Valent. How are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for lurking. Yeah, not a pro. See, Nelf knows. It's 50% pro at most. Yeah. How you doing, Valent? Thanks for popping in. We're drawing instruments today. You could do medical instruments. I'm not being specific about the type of instruments. I mean, you could draw beakers if you wanted to. If you're science inclined, like Science here in chat, which by the way, if you are and you're not following Science, make sure that you do. Make sure you click that little heart up there. Science is good people and does a ton of cool educational content. As a former teacher, I am very drawn to the educational side of Twitch. A lot of people don't realize that there's free science and education, like history and math and all kinds of things here on Twitch. So always happy to recommend Mr. Valent here. Doing okay? Well, good. I hope your day gets even better. And my weekend was pretty good. I went for a walk yesterday. I only get Sundays off typically, so I work 6 days a week. So yeah, my weekend was yesterday, but it was good. I went for a walk and exhausted myself, and then couldn't fall asleep for some reason, which was annoying. Actually, no, it wasn't for some reason. It was because my upstairs neighbor is noisy and he likes to take phone calls at 11 p.m. and wake me up, and then I can't fall back asleep. So that's why I actually didn't sleep. So just to be very opaque about it. But anyway, yeah, let's do some instruments. It's okay, I'm just gonna make myself super tired today, and then we're gonna sleep right through it. We're gonna somehow break our lifelong habit of being a light sleeper, and we're just gonna fall asleep tonight, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. That's what I'm deciding, so. It's a great emote, yeah, good job. I remember I got in for like, I think I heard half of the story behind that emote. I don't think I heard the whole story, but it sounded great. It sounded fantastic. Oh, and I forgot, if anybody needs reference, I didn't make an instruments folder. I probably should have, but if you just go to the objects section of my reference folder, you'll find a ton of instruments. If you want musical instruments anyway. I didn't really do anything that wasn't a musical instrument, sorry. But, here you go. If anyone needs that, how do I, there we go, pin that. So that's pinned at the top of chat now until the end of stream, so feel free to click that. I know, how dare I? I know I'm the worst. But yeah, if anyone needs a place to start, I don't think I got every instrument. It's just like the stuff I did this morning while I was getting set up. So I just clicked random stuff. I didn't have a chance to super closely vet these. I tried to make sure that I only did stuff that looked like it was an actual photograph. But if anyone sees something in there that's like, looks a little sus, let me know. I'll take it right out of there, because as you guys know, I try to curate my reference folder pretty closely so that there's no AI or anything that's not reliable. So hopefully none of these are. Usually I take a little more time to make sure that everything looks legit. I'm gonna start with this one. I like this image. There's some good reflections here. I can really see the edges. I need to practice metal anyway, so this is a metallic instrument. So I'm gonna get started here. Boink. Okay. I guess I could post on Blue Sky really fast. I always forget to do that when I'm running behind, but I suppose I should be good and actually post on Blue Sky. So if anybody wants to, if you want to participate in the show and tell, but you're not really keen on joining a Discord, you can also reply to my comment on Blue Sky. I will check that at the end to see if I miss anybody. Some people don't want to... So why isn't this working? Some people don't want to like make their own post on Blue Sky to show like sketches and stuff. So this is kind of a way for you to participate without like making it on your profile, I guess. You're also welcome to just make a post too. That's why we use the hashtag #TheArtGym. That way I'm following that tag, and that way I don't miss stuff. At least try not to miss stuff. It is hard sometimes, especially on freaking Instagram. But okay, how do I zoom in slightly but not this much? It's not letting me. Alright, we'll just do that, that's fine. Screenshot for Blue Sky. Let's get the bad drawings out. Okay. How is everybody else doing though? I hope you're all doing well. I draw me an animal. Used to own an accordion, but you're a cat. Hated it so much. Is mayonnaise an instrument? An instrument of... I don't even know what. No. I'm just gonna say no. I'm not awake enough to have a snappy comeback to that right now. I'm sorry. I let you down terribly. Okay. Squirreling already? Am I squirreling? Who squirreled me? Who did this? I'm just posting on Blue Sky. I'm not squirreling. Wait. I'm trying to copy this. There we go. Warming up with some instrument studies today. Except for I'm lying because I'm about to do a draw me an animal. So I'm gonna do a draw me an animal and then I'm gonna draw some instruments. But please, if you like, don't feel like you have to draw what I'm drawing. Don't feel like you have to wait on me. What I always tell people is set a timer and maybe like 15 minutes, even 20 minutes, 30 minutes. My goal personally is 30 minutes of warm-up drawing every single day. And that's the idea is it kind of works out the rust, works out the kinks, gets you kind of ready to go with, gets the creative art juices flowing, basically, right? Gets your brain thinking and observation and close study. So it's a good way to kind of kickstart the creative process. That's my goal, but whatever your goal is, whatever you have time for, try to set a timer for that and just go. And then we'll look at it at the end if anyone wants to share. Okay. I'm just gonna post that, even though we're obviously not drawing an instrument right now. It's fine. We're doing an animal. Let's see. K-Reg squirreled. Alright, Southern Viscacia. I think I know what these are, but I'm not sure, actually. I think these are the little things that look like rabbits or maras. But I think they're also kind of, aren't they the sad ones? Don't answer that, by the way. For anyone who's not been here for a Draw Me an Animal, the whole idea with the Draw Me an Animal game is I'm guessing based on found knowledge what I think this is. So it's like a 5-minute derailing, 5 to 10 minutes sometimes, depending on how interested we are in the Wikipedia page. But we'll look it up together in about 5 minutes. So I have 5 minutes on the clock. Can't write letters. There we go. Feel free to look it up yourself and see what it looks like, but I'm gonna draw for 5 minutes and guess based on what I think this is, and then we'll learn about it together, okay? Horseradish is not an instrument of chaos, maybe. You might stop doing drawing. Oh, really? You might switch to production and project management. Well, there you go. Is that like something you think you're more interested in the long term, is the management side of things, Dally? Well, you know what? We are happy to have you, Dally. And anybody who hangs out, very happy to have you. Okay, 9:44. It's derailing from derailing. Yeah. Okay, so I have 5 minutes on the clock. Please, no hints in chat. And you can feel free to guess and draw along with me. It's just like a for fun thing that we play here. Okay, and go. I'm gonna say that this is that sad bunny looking thing that has a long tail. Mostly because I like them. I don't actually remember if that's what this thing is called. My brain is telling me that's what it's called. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, he has droopy whiskers. But these look like wise old animal characters. that you would find in like a storybook or something. But they're not. They're just lumps that have tails. If I'm thinking of the right thing. But it does kind of look like a mythical creature rabbit. Again, if I'm thinking of the right thing. Oh, messed it up. Hold on. Put his tail too low. Blink. Squinty eyes. Kind of like he's always squinting into the sun. And then if I'm thinking of the right animal... why do I leave it on that color layer every time? I have so many color layers because I keep doing that. I just get too excited when I open the file and I forget to check my layer before I start drawing. So I'm just constantly, like, all of these are just line and color layers. But I think... Oh, wait, what? Oh, I put it on the wrong spot. There we go. But yeah, I think that's what this is. So I'm gonna draw it, and then we're gonna learn about it. So I could be wrong. I'll rate myself on how close I think I got at the end. This is my guess, though. And this is a game that I stole from Monster Pie Zoe, with permission. I did ask. Monster Pie Zoe is a wonderful art streamer here on Twitch, and she does this game as well. She used to do it traditionally. I don't know if she still does, or if she does them all digital as well now, but it looked like a lot of fun. And it challenges my animal knowledge, and also, I don't know, sometimes you get to learn something, and that's always fun. At least I think it's fun. So again, if this is the animal I'm thinking of, then, oh, thank you for that follow, I appreciate that. Then it lives in like these rocky sort of areas, so we're just gonna surround him with rocks. I don't know how much time I have left. These are supposed to be rocks, it kind of just looks like not rocks, but that's fine. That's a rock, I promise, guys. I need to do some rock studies, clearly. This is my schema rock, and it shows. He looks very over your nonsense, chat. I'm not gonna lie. This Viscacha is like, hey, y'all need to simmer down. I'm done. Let's give him some shadow. Just cause I think his tail might even be longer than that. But how much time do I have? I think I have 2 minutes still, and I don't really know what else to add. I went too fast. Here, we'll just put more rocks behind it, because it's just sitting against a rock wall. I don't know what else to do. Oh wait, here. We'll say the rock wall ends right there. And we'll put some sky. There. We just got some rock buddies. And here's the edge of the rock, because that makes sense. Sure, why not? And here's the sky. I'm drawing it all on one layer like a terrible person. That's fine. It's fine. I'm going too detailed. Okay, let's learn about it. This is too much detail. Normally I don't do this much on the background. You were crocheting. Wait, what? How was that still open? What's going on with my chat? How did I get all the way to the top? What is going on? Hey Siren, how are you? Good to see you, Vikita Jump Scare. Hey, just a paleo artist. Oh, I love that. Oh, what's my favorite prehistoric animal? Ooh, tough. Tough. Schema, there it is. Thanks for popping in, paleo artist. Well, we're doing Draw Me Animal game right now. Let me think about my favorite. Do you mean like a dinosaur, or can it be any paleo animal? Because I'm pretty in love with Cordylorinchus because of proportion. Like, you want to talk about an animal that is pure shape? Holy cow. I think that is one of the funniest paleo creatures I've ever seen in my life. I learned about it last year, and I can't get enough. It is the, okay, so I got it right. Yeah, this is the animal I was thinking of. I didn't get its face quite long enough, but yeah, the Viscacha. I think that's how you say it. Here's what it looks like, guys. It looks like a rabbit, but look at that tail. It's curly. I thought the tail was longer, so I should have made it more curly. You guys, look at them. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, look at the baby with his little curly tail. These look like chimeras or something. I just love their face. This is the picture I think of every time I think of a Viscacha. It just looks like a sad rabbit. Just sitting there. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So I think I'm gonna say I got this one. Maybe like we'll say 95% because I didn't make the tail curly, I just made it long. But it's a type of rodent. It's actually not a rabbit, even though it has very similar features to a rabbit. A sensei bunny, yeah, exactly. You like the dodo bird? That's a good one. Yeah, any paleo animal. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cordylorhynchus. And if anyone doesn't know what a Cordylorhynchus is, go look it up. I've definitely showed it on stream. They move very fast, do they? Oh, that's interesting. So it lives in Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, and Peru. It's a colonial animal, living in small groups in rocky mountain areas, has long ears and hind legs, and resembles a rabbit in appearance apart from its long, bushy tail. But it is not a lagomorph. A lagomorph is like the family that has rabbits in it, right? I think the only other thing in there is the pika, the pika. Are pikas lagomorphs, or are they just close? Yeah, pika. Yeah, we have these in Colorado, which is funny because it looks like a rodent, but it's actually the most close. It's like in the rabbit family. Very funny. Yellowish gray underparts. Let's see. I want to see. They do not hibernate. Mostly active soon after dawn and again in the evening. Emerges from its underground hiding place to feed on what plant material is available. It's very pika-like in that way. Grasses, moss, and lichens. Spends most of its day perched on a rock, sunbathing, grooming, or resting. Man, what a life. Just sunbathing and eating. That's its whole life. Southern Viscacha are colonial, do not venture far from the rocks so that they can plunge underground if danger threatens. They use various calls to communicate with each other. They are preyed upon by the Andean mountain cat. Oh, I bet. Look at this little guy. Look at his little smirk. He just looks so pleased. Look at a little smirk right there. He's just like, yep, I have the best life. Best life. They're so funny. Oops, if you want to read more about this creature, here it is. Centroa, thank you for redeeming that. I hope you enjoyed it. And there you are. There's my from my imagination / memory what I could remember about this creature. Gotta love it, Viscacha. Okay. Art gem. So we're drawing instruments today. Spell it for us. Cordylorhynchus. I think this is how you spell it. I also could be spelling it wrong. Go look that up, chat. That's my favorite. Megaraptorans are pretty cool. If I had to pick a dinosaur, my favorite is the Parasaurolophus. Although, I learned about a new dinosaur last year called the Jackapil. That one might be vying for top spot. If it turns out to be valid, which I think they have enough material from it that they believe it is valid. It's just a matter of figuring out. I just would love for them to find more of the skeleton, especially the neck structures, because that's where they think these like big weird platey things go. But man, if it turns out to look the way that the paleo art makes it look, the Jackapil is my favorite dinosaur. Probably over Parasaurolophus, unfortunately. But right now it's kind of like neck and neck. I still love Parasaurolophus, for sure. I did a sculpture of one not too long ago. Yes. Hares and pikas, yep. If I were gonna Pokemonify the Viscacha, I'd make it the Viscacha, make it look like a wise old wizard? For sure. You should do that, Suntrawa. You should do that. You love drawing dinosaurs? Yeah, they're great. Yeah. Cordylorhynchus, there it is. Okay. Jackapils are tiny, aren't they? And they're so cute. Okay, you guys are gonna get me off on a dinosaur tangent. I have to focus. I'm supposed to be drawing instruments today, guys. Don't just chat. I know you never distract me, but don't distract me. It's only been an hour. I'm finally drawing an instrument. Okay. Longest drawing one was close to... Holy cow, that is a long time. If you have any art you want to share, Paleo Artist, we do have a Discord. There's an art share section. Feel free to drop it in there. Does the new guitar in the video game Warframe count as an instrument to do a study on? I have no idea what that is. But if you draw from observation, sure. As long as you're not drawing from memory, drawing from imagination, that's kind of the key with the art gym. We're trying to do studies. We may do a special like style study day. I'm kind of on the fence about doing style study still, like live, because like the artists I would want to study are contemporary. Like they're people who are living and working now in the industry, and I feel weird doing that on stream for some reason. I just feel weird about it. So I'd probably want to do like Lion Decker or some more classic artist if I did a style study on stream. But we may do that sometime. Yeah, I will say, Ultima Pumpkin Pie, you might get more out of studying actual guitars, because then, like, doing both, because then you can see, like, how they took parts of the instrument and actually accentuated it to make whatever design. But, I mean, as long as it's from observation, for sure. What is this? What does that mean, Siren? All right, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna draw this trumpet. I'm gonna draw it. I'm gonna focus on. For me, what I'm trying to get out of this study is I'm trying to learn about metallic reflection. So this is something that I'm not very practiced at. I don't draw a lot of things that have metal in them. Part of that is because I'm not very proficient at it. So in order to get better at drawing metallic effects, I'm gonna have to at some point start drawing metal objects, right? So that's what I'm up to here. So if this, again, if instruments does not speak to you, chat, find something else. Like, what is it that you want to practice? What is it that you know you want to get better at, or you need to get better at, and you just haven't put the time into study? That's kind of what this time is for, is to kind of find your accountability partners here, and you just know that we're all struggling together, right? That's why the motto is get the bad drawings out. We're all in this just making bad drawings. So don't avoid it because you think you're not going to do a good job. I am not going to do a good job here. Plenty of other people are going to be drawing things that they aren't super comfortable with. Try to challenge yourself if you can. But if you're having one of those days where it's just like, I can barely function, my brain's not braining, you know, you can also do a study of something you're more familiar with. Like if you draw a lot of animals, do an animal study. If you draw a lot of people, maybe do a figure drawing study. I have a lot of references. If you click that link at the top of chat, it'll take you to my Pinterest board. There is a figure drawing section. There's like in the human section, and you can find a ton of websites that will do timed figure studies for you. Like you just set it to like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever you want to do, and it'll just run through the images, and you can just quickly do some gesture sketches this morning, which is always helpful. We try to do that twice a month. I don't remember when the next one's coming up, but if you check the schedule in the Discord, it'll say. Or if you're on Patreon, I post it on Patreon too. Hey Cup of Joe, how are you? Good to see you. How's your day going? You have an appointment in an hour and you don't want to move your body. That's fair. I hope your knee is feeling better. Is it for your knee? I hope so. Scott is good. That's true. Mosasaurs are good. Yep, these are all good. These are all good things. The stippling guy? Oh, Surratt. Oh, I see what you're saying. Surratt. Yeah. It is not. Oh, bummer. I'm sorry. Hope everyone's doing well. Hold on. My brain is not braining. Speaking of not braining right now, like I can't remember what I'm trying to do. There we go. You had your knee appointment this morning, and they were like, you don't need a surgery. Oh, well that's good news, right? But you said on Friday I did. Well, maybe somebody who knew more about what they were talking about looked at it. I mean, that's good if they don't think you need surgery, though. That means you have a chance to fully heal and recover, right? Isn't that good news or no? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Maybe that's bad news. I would be happy. I hate surgery. I don't want to go under surgery. Hey, Clay Chibi. It is good news. Okay, cool. That's great. Well, then, yay. Congratulations. That's awesome. And by the way, you guys should totally be following Cup of Joe. PSA for everybody. Make sure you're following Cup of Joe. Incredible artist here on Twitch. In fact, there's a lot of artists in chat right now, honestly. You guys should just follow everybody, frankly. Everybody follow everybody. I know it's the least helpful advice ever, but like Clay Chibi, incredible artist. Clay, do you stream? I feel like I followed you on Instagram, but I don't know if you're streaming or not. Clay does incredible sculptures, you guys. You should just follow Clay preemptively in case they decide to start streaming. Oh yeah, of course, Joe. You and your brothers just draw different things? Awesome. That's great though. You did last year. Oh nice, that's awesome, Clay. I'm excited. Well, I'll be keeping an eye out for those streams. Sorry, my chat is really small for some reason. Hold on. Why? I can't read anything. Why am I so bad at Twitch? Why is this so hard still? I've been doing this how long? At least a year. I've been really trying for at least a year, and like why does everything disappear? Sorry, one second guys. I usually have this set up where I can read chat and draw at the same time. There we go. Now we're in the right place. Okay. I can never go back to streaming on a laptop. Oh, it's going okay. I'm we've been a little derailed, but that's pretty standard, I would say, Clay. We did a Draw Me an Animal game. We got a raid, which was very kind. I'm drawing my first instrument in an hour, after an hour of art gym. So we're pretty much on schedule. It's pretty much how these go these days. But I hope your morning's going well. Hey Fields, how are you? Curious how you get stream and chat at the same time. Listen, Fields, I don't know if I'm the one to help you. Frankly, I struggle. But what I do is I have OBS, and then I use the OBS chat docker, and I undock it from OBS so that I can keep an eye on my OBS stuff separately, but then I can make the chat really long. And so I have that like right next to my Huion, like where I'm drawing, so I can, well, I'm supposed to. I didn't earlier, I don't know why, and I couldn't find it, but that's how I do it. But we actually do have a stream tips section in the Discord. If anyone is starting streaming, there's a ton of people actually in my Discord community who are just getting into streaming. So a lot of folks are like, we're all kind of learning it together. So there's a ton of like articles and YouTube videos, and like I have a guide about how I do my music so that I have my audio on 2 separate tracks. So if anyone's struggling with that, you can find that in the pins there in the Discord. So if anyone's looking to get started, and I have a stream share section too, feel free to post your stream when you go live, or post a cool stream you find. A lot of people have been sharing just like cool streamers they've found on Twitch, and I've met a lot of really cool artists that way. So definitely feel free to join the Discord if you are wanting to learn more about that stuff. But yeah, I use OBS, so DeviantArt accountants posting art. That's awesome, Paleo Artist, awesome. Be careful on DeviantArt. Make sure that especially if you're working digitally, that you glaze. Is everybody using glaze to post their work, or have folks just kind of given up on that? I still use glaze when I post my stuff, but that's also part of why it takes me a while to post new art, because it takes me a while to glaze things. Yeah, if you're using like traditional work like sculptures and like paintings and stuff, I don't think well, paintings could still get scraped. But if you want to prevent your stuff from getting scraped, then glaze is the way to go. I actually use web glaze. I don't know if they're still open to people signing up for web glaze, because you have to basically like DM the people for an access code. But I like web glaze a lot because they do it for me, basically. So I can use it on mobile. I can just quickly send them an image, and you get 10 of them a day. And so I send it to them, and then they email it to me. It is so much easier than downloading glaze on your... Here, let me link you guys. It'll tell you, I think, how... I don't know if it tells you how to apply here. What happened? Oh, here, hold on. Yeah, here's how you can find it. Here's web glaze. It'll tell you how to apply. You basically just have to like DM them on one of their social medias, and they will make sure that you're an artist and then like give you access, because it's a little more limited. But web glaze is the way of glazing that I do, and I highly recommend it because it takes them also like minutes. Like I'll send them an image for them to glaze, and it'll be back in my hands within 5 minutes typically. But I just do the default level. Like if you do a higher level of glazing, it might take longer. But when I've run it on my computer, it takes like half an hour, and I just don't have time for that. Like, I don't know about you guys. I'm sure most of you probably feel the same way. Like, I downloaded Glaze, I was like, okay. Like, I even put it on my brand new computer that has all the capabilities and should be able to run anything, and it still took like half an hour. So, I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that every time I want to post something. But web glaze is helpful. Yeah, no worries, guys. Seriously, go check it out. It's way better. Somebody gave me a shout out the other day. Oh, nice! That's awesome! I'm honored that somebody would give me a shout out especially if I wasn't even there. That's really kind. Well, thank you for coming on in, Fields. Your style just does not look good with glaze. Yeah, I mean, if you look closely, it does add a little bit of texturing to it. And I guess it does kind of look a little better if you have a more painty style. But you can also lower the level of glazing too. So you could do like a lower glaze. It's just you're gonna have the higher risk of it being scraped, I think. And there are some tools that can kind of get around the glaze at this point, but I feel like it's still better than nothing, and it makes me feel a little safer putting my work out there. And I don't think a lot of them can really successfully get around it, at least not yet. But with all the copyright lawsuits and stuff going on, I feel like it's just a matter of time until they're just like, hey, this is illegal anyway. So I don't know if they're developing ways to get around glazing anymore. I could be wrong, but highly recommend it. Oh, and we have an ad break. Okay, so during the ad breaks, I typically stretch and don't draw. So we're gonna do that. So if you can hear the sound of my voice, just stretch. You really upload to Blue Skies, which is pretty anti-AI. It is anti-AI, and I don't know if you can hear me, Cup of Joe, but that doesn't prevent other people from using it to scrape. So Blue Sky does not have a built-in AI tool, but other people can still basically, it's still open source, right? So like people can still tell their AI program to like, hey, scrape all of this category on Glaze or on Blue Sky. So it's no better than posting on like DeviantArt or anywhere else, unfortunately. Yeah, because for a while I wasn't glazing either, because I was like, oh great, they don't have like built-in AI like Instagram. But yeah, I don't know. It depends on what, like, you know, I don't know that it helps as much as it used to, but I think it still is a good idea. Yeah, they released a teaser for that, Just Paleo Artist, yeah. Sorry, hiccup. As an engineer, I'm confused about what you all are trying to accomplish with Glaze. So Glaze, I'm not sure if you just don't know what it is, but if you click that link, it'll kind of explain what it does. And they actually have like studies in there that they show, like, here's what Glaze does, here's what happens when AI tries to read the image, here's what happens when AI tries to break through the glaze, and like the known processes for possibly doing that. And even though it can get a little more information out of it through the coding that does know how to do that, it's still helpful in making it harder to scrape your work. Yeah, it basically replaces pixels, and we can talk about this out of the ads, because I'm not sure if you can even hear me, Fields. Let me know if you can. But oh, I think maybe you can. I think that's a turbo symbol. See, I don't know anything about Twitch. Is that a turbo symbol? Yeah, okay. You have turbo. Yes, I'm slow. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you want to ask me about anything on Twitch. I'm very unobservant sometimes. For somebody who's supposed to observe a lot for their job. That's why we do the art gym. But yeah, basically, I think it's just basically replacing some of the pixels. So when AI is reading, really, I don't even like calling it AI. When LLMs are reading large amounts of data, especially images, what they're basically reading are pixels. And so what it does is it replaces some of the pixels, and it confuses. So it basically disrupts the LLM's ability to read the image correctly. And so again, click on that website, and it'll show you the examples of what it does on the Glaze website. So yeah. But basically, yeah, like Cup of Joe said, it subtly alters the image, making it harder for the models to learn and replicate. So it disrupts its ability to predict the next line, basically, the next shape that it's supposed to make in order to copy that. So it's adding noise, essentially. Yeah, but it's like a specific kind of noise. There's like I forget the details about it. It's run by the Chicago, some University of Chicago. There's like a whole team of, I think it started off with as like a bunch of grad students, and then there's like some professors and stuff that have gotten in on it. And so it's like a thing that they run now, free for artists, which I think is really cool. Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, exactly. There's some kind of like intentional design in it, I think, that like, so basically it ends up making the AI spit out like swirly versions of what you've done, because it's reading the swirls instead of the actual art, I think, is essentially what's happening. Trump, it's okay. Amaze, thanks for asking, because I know that was totally a genuine question and not at all you being snarky, so, or passive aggressive, not in the slightest. I'm okay with talking about industry stuff though. That's important. Streaming is never going to be my most productive time. I've just learned to accept that. So I'm not as concerned about quote unquote staying on task. Yeah, no, when I first got back into streaming, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be really productive, I'm gonna get projects done. And like, it is weird, because in some ways I do still get more stuff done, but that's mostly because I'm like forced to set aside time to do it. And I've talked about this a fair bit, but a lot of people I don't know, a lot of people, I think I just talked about this last week even on stream, so pardon me for anyone who's heard this story already, but a lot of times people will be like, oh my gosh, you're an artist, that sounds so fun. I wish I could just like draw all day. And then my immediate, I have to like stop myself from being like, yeah, me too. Like, I wish I could just draw all day. That would be great. I would get so much done. But unfortunately, that's like the minority of what I spend my time doing. Like the last month has been mostly tech issue troubleshooting to get my freaking internet and my studio PC and my printer set up and like trying to research all kinds of things. Like, exactly, Joe, because like I know they don't understand. Like I know that's just how it is. That's the same thing like when I was teaching. When I was teaching and I would be like, oh, I'm an elementary school art teacher. You know, they'd be like, oh, that sounds so fun. I wish I could just like that sounds fun to like do art with kids all day. And I'm like, sure sounds fun. If only that was the job. But like that's true of any field, right? So I try to keep that in mind. But man, like that's so partly like, yes, I get off topic while I stream, but even if I get off topic while I stream, I'm still somehow I'm making more art still from streaming and doing more studies than I would otherwise, because there's always something on the back end I can be doing. You know, like I still need to research I got to figure out how I'm going to transition my website to WordPress, because I got to get away from Wix. They keep raising the prices on me, and they've started integrating LLM stuff. And I just, I don't trust it anymore. Like I did talk to somebody and they were like, oh yeah, no, we don't take anyone's data, but I just don't believe that's true. You know, pardon me for being paranoid, I suppose. So have I thought about Card as a wait, Card, you can host websites on Card? I did not know that. See, and this is the type of thing that is helpful for streaming also, is like talking shop with other artists. I learned so much from you guys. I did not know that. Okay. When in doubt, use the divine... I don't know what that is, Crimson. I'm sorry. You eat the divine chocolate. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Oh, the chancla. Sorry, I was like thinking art terms. Yes, I don't usually wear flip-flops, but maybe I should start, yeah. As an engineer, you don't code all day, exactly. You are learning... Yeah, it is a type of productivity, for sure. Yeah, you know, now that I have my afternoon streams back, I do feel like those are more productive in some ways, because they tend to be just like chill, draw a lot, like chill streams, like co-working streams, I guess. And I've thought about doing like a focus mode. I've seen some artists do that where it's like, Kasey's in focus mode, she's not looking at chat right now. But I'd have to like turn off all my alerts and stuff every time I did that, because I have way too many things that people can use to like make sounds at me. And that just sounds like a lot of effort. So I've just kind of accepted that I'm just not gonna be as productive on stream as I could be if I wasn't, but I'm still doing more than I could. Your shoulder is dislocated. Oh no, Decorio, I'm so sorry. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Wix is pricey. Yeah, because I have no time to code from scratch, exactly. And that's why I was like, shoot, do I want to switch to WordPress? Like, I don't really have time. I do like the convenience of just being able to quickly edit things in Wix. Like I really actually do like the website editor, because it's so simple. It's a lot of click and drag, and it does it all for you, and you can check it really easily on mobile and on web view before you publish it. Like, I do like the ease of use on Wix. It's just gotten so expensive, unfortunately. I just drew this way too small. Ugh. Yeah. Musical instruments are your thing. Hooray! Productivity is relative. Yeah, exactly. It's really good to be reading chat. When I draw, I zone out and can barely listen to me. Oh, really? It's okay. I actually understand that a little bit, because I also sometimes find myself, I'll draw for hours and realize I haven't had any music on. Sometimes I think I do focus a little better without music, but I also have so much more fun and feel more inspired when I'm listening to music, which is part of why I'm glad I figured out how to stream music here without having it in the VOD, because that was part of why I stopped streaming originally, was because I didn't know how to do that, and I can't. It's hard for me to stream and sit here and draw for hours with no music unless I'm just totally in the zone. But because I'm chatting with people, I'm not totally in the zone, right? Wait for the 50% off. I did just renew at 50% off fields on Wix, but I only did it for a year because I'm trying to get away from Wix. Oh, I'm sorry, Degorio. I hope you can fix that. I saw that 3 Pioneer just redeemed a gratitude jar. Oh, hey, Dusky, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. How's it going? Dusky is another awesome artist you guys should follow. Okay. Let's see. So for the gratitude jar, this is like, so for anyone who hasn't been here for the gratitude jar, this is a newer redeem that I added because you guys are helping me keep my life on track, basically. For those who don't know, I have this little jar that I keep in my bedroom, full of little slips of paper that I've written on throughout the year. And then I write down things I'm grateful for, things like good things that happen or just things that I want to remember. They don't have to be big things. But at the end of the year, on New Year's Eve, my tradition is to open the jar and look through all the slips of paper, and it helps me reflect on the year in a positive way. Because I don't know about you guys, but it's really easy to focus on the negative. Like humans, we tend to focus on the negative. And so making an intentional effort to focus on the positive really helps my mental well-being, and it creates a good habit that I don't know. I want to be as positive as I can because I don't want to be a cynical, bitter, angry person. And I think this is a way that I can train my brain to maybe not be like that. So I keep these little slips of paper. It's very cheesy, I know, but I know some people haven't heard this before, so I'm kind of explaining it. But I keep these little slips of paper next to the jar with a little pencil. Oh, you guys, look at my pencil. Look at my duck. Everyone has to look at the duck every time we're here. This is my gratitude jar pencil. It's not an eraser. It's just a thing I got. I don't even remember where. Anyway, so I take my gratitude pencil and I write the date and I'll write something I'm thankful for. So let's see, 4/7/25. What am I thankful for? I can't remember if I wrote this already. Did I write this already? Shoot. I usually don't look at these, but I actually, okay, no. I did write that one already. Okay, so I already wrote that I'm grateful my printer works. Because I did get Prince Charming set up. What else did I accomplish this last weekend? Because I don't think I've written in it since last week. I am grateful. You know what? I'm grateful that I was able to get caught up in all of my at-home to-do list for the most part. It's really nice to be able to come home and not feel like there's projects looming everywhere and I can just relax. Like that hasn't been the case in probably 6 months. And that only happened because I had to take my car into the shop for like 2 weeks and couldn't drive anywhere. So I was like stuck at home. So I'm gonna write that one down. But yeah, if anybody, yeah, Pioneer, I'm doing it right now. So I'm grateful that I've caught up on basically like a 6-month backlog of projects around the apartment because I spend so much time at the studio. I just basically come here to sleep. And so all the little projects that build up around the home had sort of built up for a while. And so I basically got that to-do list done. So I'm grateful for that. Grateful to be caught up on at-home project list for the first time in 6 months. But it doesn't have to be big stuff. Like if anyone's thinking about implementing something like this, sometimes I just write like got a good night's sleep, you know? My first one of the year I think was I did on stream with you guys, and it was I'm grateful for my Twitch community. So you guys are in here too. But on New Year's Eve I will open this up and read it. So yep, that is the gratitude jar. Thank you for redeeming it. That helps me actually have it full. Last year I was pretty bad. I was so busy trying to get things rolling. I didn't even write anything in there until like May. I think I had like 2 in January and then 1 in May, and there was like this huge gap. So thank you for keeping me from having that be the thing again. But yeah, I think it's really helpful to like be reminded of things that you're grateful for, you know? I wanted to get the flow of streaming for you and choose your art. Don't worry, Ultimate Pumpkin Pie, I felt that way too. Yeah, I understand how you feel. I would just say go meet some people who are doing the kind of art you're doing, get involved in their communities, get to know folks. Hanging out in chat's a good way to do that. Hanging out in Discord's a good way to do that. And then when you start streaming, you can kind of, I mean, there's no way to really avoid the streaming into the void thing. Like that's just gonna happen when you first start streaming unless you're very lucky. But yeah, I would just encourage you to yeah, meet some folks, which you already have, right? And you know, just see what happens and go into it. I will also say go into streaming not expecting to just have a ton of people there. And that's also because like it can feel very discouraging when you first start streaming and you're like, oh shoot, nobody's here, that must mean nobody cares. Like I definitely fell into that trap for sure when I first started. And okay, I'm also noticing that I was not paying close attention, and that's why this feels wrong, is because I wasn't looking at where these pipes go. See, this is part of study. I need to actually pay attention to that. So it's like, it's doing this thing. It's like, phew, swirly. It's like a giant paperclip. So I need to make sure that I do that. And now that I've paid attention to that, the idea being that I can take that information with me next time I go to draw something like this. And I could design, like, you know, a fantasy instrument that has a similar concept, right? Or I could just know how to draw a trumpet. But just knowing that about the pipe here is helpful. I don't know why I didn't notice that before. Okay, cool. And now it makes more sense. And now I can understand what I'm looking at. And I'd be like, okay, so I can see that part swooping back this way. And that's actually where the mouthpiece is attached. Makes more sense now. Look at us. Look at me learning. Great way to keep the good vibes going. Yeah, Cup of Joe, I really like it. It's kind of cheesy, but I've been doing it for a few years, and I do feel like it's a nice thing to do on New Year's Eve. Because it is so easy to look back on a rough year and just be like, man, this year was terrible, and sometimes they are. Like 2023 was a particularly rough year for me, but having the gratitude jar has like to be able to focus on the positives even through the bad stuff really, really helped. And so I highly recommend it. Yeah. And started playing copyright music, so I'm sticking with silent stream. Yeah, Fields, if you want to know how to set up your audio so that that doesn't happen, we do have a guide in the Discord. If you go to the, here's the Discord, if anyone wants to. You could just go in there to read this and then leave. There's no expectation to stay. People are welcome to come and go as often as they want. But yeah, there's a stream tips section, and at the top in the channel like pin section, if you go to the pins, the thumbtack at the top, it'll show you a guide on how to set up your audio so that, because like right now I've got particular music playing while I'm streaming, but then a different track plays, a stream safe, copyright free track plays in the VODs. So if anyone goes to my YouTube channel, you'll see, because I post all my warm-up streams there, all my art gyms are there, or will be eventually. I'm posting one a day right now until June, until we're all caught up. But in the background there is just some like piano, like classical piano that's like copyright free. So you can see how to do that if you want to. Catching up on chat, posting of your website. See, it's so little of art time is art. It's pretty bare bone despite on Wix. Yeah, I just need to fix it. One thing a lot of new streamers forget, says Jams World, also welcome in Jams, thanks for chiming in, is that you are there to entertain your viewers, they're not there to entertain you. Yeah, I guess so. I've never encountered a new streamer that, at least that I felt, was treating their viewers like entertainment, but maybe I don't know, I think maybe art streams are different because I mostly hang out on art streams. And most of the time artists we're just drawing, like we're not really even focused on chat. I can see how that would be the case for like maybe game streams, but I don't know. I really don't spend a lot of time on the game side of Twitch. So I don't know much about that culture. All I know is I imagine that it works similar in that the more communities you join before you start streaming, and the more, not just join, but actually engage with, the more people are going to know who you are, and you'll be able to meet some friends, and then it just turns into like hanging out with your friends live, basically. And then over time, more people who you don't know might pop in, and then you can have more friends. I don't know. Streaming is strange, but it's been really fun and good for me. And I recommend anyone give it a try if you're curious. Just go into it with like managed expectations. Because like I think my first like probably month of streams, I had just my one friend who got me into streaming. I think she was there sometimes, but sometimes she wasn't because she was at work or something. And I was just streaming to nobody. Like it's just gonna happen. And at the time, I was way too shy to actually like meet anybody on Art Twitch. I would watch a lot of people, and I would be in awe of them. And I was like, oh, they're so like their drawings are so cool. Like, but I was way too intimidated to actually like spend any time talking in the chat with them and getting to know anybody because I was very intimidated. And I kind of kick myself now because everybody is super nice, at least on the art side of Twitch. I can't speak for the game side, but everybody's really welcoming and like. For the most part, most artists are curious about what kind of art you make, or they have a Discord community where you can show what kind of art you make, like even the big art streamers. And I just think I really shot myself in the foot by not getting involved and being intimidated. So if that's you, like if that sounds like how you're feeling, just, try not to. I know it's hard, but try not to be intimidated and just go for it. I mean, Worst case scenario, you're no worse off than you are now. Best case scenario, you meet some really cool people and make some friends and make some industry contacts. I mean, that has been like a game changer for me, definitely. As somebody trying to actually make it in the industry who quit their stable career to be an illustrator, the hurdle to overcome for me has been, for lack of a better word, just networking, just knowing people. And I was so intimidated by social media and just the internet in general that I barely even like posted online, or when I did, I was too afraid to put myself out there in meaningful ways. And nobody can work with you or hire you if they don't know you exist. This is the hard lesson I had to learn there. And even though I knew that was true, I let intimidation and fear way more heavily than I should have. And so I just want to encourage anybody who's feeling that way, like, just don't do what I did. I wasted probably like 8 years of my career doing that. And I just would not recommend. Like 0 out of 10 would not recommend. So, should try to play a trumpet? No. No. If you're looking to create content, but I do think a lot of art Twitch is just here. Yeah, I think it's different. Yeah, depending on what you're here for. Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm not here to be a content creator. I'm just here to make art and meet other artists. So, speaking of people who got me into streaming, Ryu, I was just telling a story about you. And you guys should all go follow Ryu. If anyone is into game streams, Ryu's basically one of the few game streams that I actually watch. It was a good story. Yeah, it was about how you were the only person keeping me from streaming into the void when I first started streaming. Because I was just telling about how I was too nervous to actually meet other artists or anybody on Twitch. And I just streamed to you, basically. And you were very kind and hung out with me. And Ryu's the one who got me into streaming. So if you guys want to go meet an awesome person and great friend of mine, we've known each other since like first grade, so especially if you're into the gaming side of it, I always tell people to go hang out with Ryu because you're one of the only game streamers that I know. It is not PG. No, it is not PG over at Ryu's stream, but that's okay. Most of the time games aren't. Oh really, Miss Art Rules? I didn't know that. That's funny. You know who else played the trumpet? Ryu. Ryu played the trumpet. Ryu is not a Hold on, can I delete that? Are you allowed to delete things that mods say? Hold on. Bad. None of that. I learned that trick from Bolin. We'll have none of this. We'll have none of this. Oh, good luck on your appointment, Dally. Yeah, and I'd love to see your instruments if you drew some. Absolutely. Ryu, I'm trying to draw this. Is this a trumpet? I'm trying to draw a trumpet. And I think I'm doing a poor job. You actually played the trumpet, so you're probably looking at this like, okay, these pipes don't make sense. Yeah, so you guys should go follow Ryu, especially if you're a game streamer. If you're looking to connect with other gamers here on Twitch, Ryu has a great little community. Highly recommend. You remember those 3 valves? Yeah, do you still have your trumpet? Ryu, you should do a trumpet stream. Ryu, hey Ryu. Hey Ryu. Hey Ryu, do you know what you should do? Do you know what you should do, Ryu? Hey Ryu. You should totally do a trumpet stream. But with angrier words? Oh, when was the last time you played? When was the last time you played? Anyone else in chat play trumpet? When was senior year? Oh gosh, longer than I care to admit. Oh boy. You really haven't played at all? Not even like for fun? Just picked it up just to toot your own horn, for lack of a better word? Hey Brew, how you doing? You played other brass. Oh, okay. Har har har. I know, I'm sure you never heard that one. Not even one time have you heard that joke. Hey Paleo, how are you? It's good to see you. We're supposed to be drawing instruments, but I'm mostly teasing Ryu. But yeah, seriously guys, go follow Ryu. Follow her. Do it. Do it now. Before it's too late. I don't know why it would be too late. You play piano and flute. That's awesome. I sort of play the keyboard. Mostly by ear. I don't actually know how to, well, I forgot how to read sheet music. I used to be in choir very briefly in middle school, and I knew how to read sheet music that way, like sight reading. but I don't actually know how to read music to play an instrument. And I barely remember anything about sheet music, so I mostly just play. I like figure out the keys and then play by ear and like figure out. I'm basically just memorizing which keys to hit. So I wouldn't really say that I play necessarily. See, I put this one in the wrong place. It's like slightly up here for some reason. I assume for pitch. I have no idea, but it's like slightly off. That is odd. And then these ones go behind. Or no, wait, this one goes back in. So it doesn't go behind, it goes back in. Oh, and it goes this way. See, I'm learning so many things about the trumpet right now. So it carries it that way, and then it comes back down. Weird. Weird. Rita, did I get it right? Is this what trumpets look like? Is that how the valves work? I also don't know because I've never really closely looked at a trumpet. So I'm just trying to interpret this reference without any found knowledge. But you need good lungs, that's true. You don't know how to read the left hand for piano. You shouldn't do that, I'm bad. No, whatever, you're great. Just don't listen to anything Rita says unless it's true. That's not true. Okay, alright, I'm gonna color it now. Dang it, we're gonna at least color one instrument before the stream is over. The tubey thing carries the windy stuff from your lungs to the large open bell side, and then the slidey valve buttons make the notes up and down for music things. That is the best description of how to play a trumpet that I think I've ever read. Thank you. You think this has large trumpet energy? Oh, thank you. As a ska enjoyer, well, that does make you quite the pro there, Cuppa Joe. Thanks, Unknown Andy. Yeah, that was really good. That was almost as good as Kev's scientific fun facts. Now all we need is Kev to pop in and say something about trumpet science, and we'll be good. I don't even know if Kev's here. I'm just calling him out. Also, speaking of calling out, how do you guys feel about the community tab being visible to everybody? Also, is that something I can toggle on and off? Question for it from a non-pro to the pros in the chat. Because I feel kind of weird about it, I'm not gonna lie. I feel kind of weird about it. I didn't even know that was a thing they added until I think Raga pointed it out to me. And now it's like all I can think about is like, oh man, every time I'm lurking, anybody can know I'm there, and I don't know how I feel about that. You don't think that's on for mobile? That's good. Well, it is on desktop, I think. Or at least it's every time I've been on Twitch on the desktop, it's been visible. By the way, we are going to be looking at stuff that you guys drew, so if anybody is working from reference right now, if you are drawing from observation, being able to see everyone in chat. Yeah, but not just for mods anymore. It's like for everybody. Because like I can go to streams where I don't mod and I can click the community tab at the top and I can see everybody. I thought it was an April Fool's thing, to be honest. I thought it was like an April Fool's joke and it was just going to be for that day. But no, it's like still there. Because I'm a little, I don't know, I know there's a lot of people, like, I don't take lurking as seriously, but, like, some people really don't like being able to be called out from lurk. It's been there for a bit. It might be an okay thing. Maybe I'm just overly concerned. Because I wouldn't want people to avoid hanging out on streams just because they don't want to be seen. Because I definitely have friends who that would matter to them. Yeah, if anyone is drawing, like I said, from observation and you want to share something, we have an art gym section of the Discord, as long as it's not drawn from imagination. Something drawn either from observation in real life or observation from like an image like I'm doing. As long as it's a study, basically. Go ahead and drop it in the art gym section and we will look at it here on stream in about 15 minutes. So this is kind of your 15-minute warning. We'll be wrapping up around 11. Mountain time, so it's like 10:30ish right now. And then I'll be back on this afternoon. So if you just got here, don't panic. I'll be back. Ryu, by the way, before you leave, you need to catch up. I need you to tell me what your schedule is at work so that I can find time to call you. Putting you on the spot. But imagination is real life in my brain. Well, true. However, still haven't figured out who's watching you when I stream. I mean, I don't look at who's watching me when I stream. That would be way too much effort. I can barely pay attention to chat and draw at the same time. I have no time to be looking at like the whole broader community of who's lurking. So unless people say hi in chat, I don't know that you're here. But I don't know. I think it's kind of a weird addition for anybody to be able to see who's lurking. And now that I've pointed it out, people who don't like to be known have probably left. Do you see what I'm saying? I do enjoy ketchup. Good, me too. Do you mean that where you're watching from what country? Wait, what? I'm not sure I understand, Miss Argos, what you're saying. Pretty free in the mornings now. New job is late afternoon and nights. Oh, night shift. You and Suk are on the same schedule then. Nice. Nice, nice. Cool. Well, we will find a time then. Do you have a set schedule? I mean, that's awesome if you have a set schedule that you can like rely on. That sounds ideal. And we also don't have to talk about this on stream if you don't want to. Yeah, maybe I'll give you a call some morning randomly. Unless you would like a scheduled call. You let me know. You let me know. No more up and downs being called in and out. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good. It's so nice to have a schedule you can rely on. That's great. When I see another streaming, I can see what countries people are watching from. Oh, really? How can you see what country people are watching from? Can everybody see that? I didn't know that about Twitch either. I mean, some people have little like widgets on their page that lets you see how many people are watching from certain countries, but I didn't think you could see specifically. Maybe that's always been a thing and I just haven't noticed. Yeah, well, good, Rio. I'm glad. We'll have to find a time. Man, I did this wrong again. What is wrong with me? I made the whole back end of the trumpet like squatty, and I just noticed. Ugh. Ugh, I say ugh. Okay, well, here's the nice thing about digital art. Because you know what you can do? You know how you can fix that? You just fix it. Oh, wait. Except for I don't know how to do this in Krita. Maze. How do I do this in Krita? How do I just slide it? Usually, oh gosh. It's not doing the thing. I have to do it the annoying way in Krita. Okay, it's not as easy in Krita to fix. There's gotta be like a mesh tool. This is stupid. Where's the mesh tool? Slide it. I tried to slide it. It wouldn't let me. Select it and press the drag tool. I mean, I did, but it's not doing the thing that it does. Stop grabbing it from the edges. How else do I grab it? There's not another way to grab it. I'll wait for instructions. Because in every other program I hold shift and it basically elongates it. But when I hold shift here, it does not do that. I'm just trying to stretch it. I want it to be stretchy, but I want it to stay attached. Control? Oh god, what did you just, what? You've got me shifting the planes of time here. Joe has broken the astral plane. Shoot, there's a way to do it. I know, that's what I'm saying. I still haven't figured out Krita, like all of Krita's. I wasn't expecting either. Yeah, so apparently when you hit control in Krita, guys, that's what it is. Let's just try Alt. Nope, Alt just does that. Shift does nothing. Move the pivot point to where you want it to stick. This? I want it to stick here. That's still not doing the thing. Easel, we're learning how to slide things in Krita. It's very entertaining, I'm sure. Not really, this is probably the least entertaining. How are you doing, Easel? By the way, good to see you. Are you guys all following Be a Diesel? Like I said, literally pretty much everybody in chat right now is a streamer, so you guys should just follow everybody. Yes, I held shift, it didn't do it. CMA's shift doesn't do anything. See? Shift just does this. When I don't hold shift, it does the same thing. Shift does nothing. It's shift, that, or not shift. Same thing. I want it to stay put. Shift and control? Look at you being a problem solver. That just does, nothing happens. My crit is like, what are you trying to do? I don't know, I'm doing nothing. Can't do anything with that. We're gonna figure this out. Dang it, I appreciate that. Listen, solid attempt at help. I might just have to redraw it then. I probably could have redrawn it in this time. But it is annoying. Wilding with these hotkeys. Yeah. Here's where we're just gonna do it this way. We're just gonna slide it down and make it longer. Make it the length it should be. It just would have been easier to not have to do that, but it's fine. You know what? Krita can't do the things that some other programs can do, and that's okay. Certain people keep getting mad at me for having certain programs still, but certain people refuse to accept that certain programs can or can't do things the same way. Listen. Two people can be snarky here. You want to be snarky? I'll snark right back at you. I got snark for days. Not really. That's about as snarky as I get, actually. I can only keep this up so long. Please, somebody talk about something else. We're gonna flare off into space. Snarky Kasey is my favorite. Well, Maze, I gave you an opportunity to provide a fix and you didn't, so I'm just saying. Use Krita and you don't know it. Yeah, I do. There are some things that Krita just doesn't do, which is fair. There's things that Clip Studio doesn't do. There's things Photoshop doesn't do. That's why I have more than one program. I still can't figure out a way to get Clip Studio to do the print settings the same way that Photoshop does. So like when I was setting up my my printer, I had to do a bunch of print test runs. And the only ways I could figure out how to change the print profiles were on Photoshop. Because I really need it to print. Printing is like a whole new world for me. Wait, what program don't we like? Amaze has like a very strong trigger response when I even mention Photoshop. So I'm mostly teasing Amaze right now because he's constantly teasing me and I very rarely have an opportunity to fire back, so. But now I feel bad, so I'm probably gonna stop. Didn't mean to play with Krita. Oh, you haven't played in Krita at all. Yeah, Krita's great. Amaze actually uses Krita for animation. Cup of Joe. Pretty exclusively, I think. Yeah, Amaze is our professional Krita user over here, except he doesn't know how to make things extend, apparently. I'm sorry, I'll stop. I just have to tease when I can. I'm so often the target of teasing. It's very rare that I can tease back. You have no idea what Krita is. It's a free digital art software. It's what I am using right now, as our rules. So now you know. Speaking of traditional artists getting into digital art, Beat Easel was drawing digitally the other day, folks. Easel, did you ever go get your tablet? Did you ever go get your tablet? I am the embodiment of sarcasm in case he has known me too long and clap back. No, it's not your fault. Easel was rocking digital? I know. She was drawing with a mouse, of all things. She was drawing with a mouse in Drawpile for her celebration stream. And it was incredible. but also I'm sure a little frustrating because it was a mouse. And I was like, man, Isel, I really wish would just go get her tablet and it would be so much better. Yeah, using the mouse is not a good time. Yeah. Yeah, Isel, if you have a screenshot of what you drew with a mouse, you should totally show it off in chat. Drew it in a mouse in draw pile. I know, right? Like somebody who hates drawing, she drew with a mouse. If you want to be, so I don't want to put you on the spot. I know you like to lurk and work. See, this is why people don't like being called out from lurk, because then jerks like me are gonna make them stop what they're doing and interact. It's pixel art if you don't mind the mouse, but I also could not imagine trying to draw. That's fair. Do you find, so I am curious about that, Joe. Do you actually work with a mouse? Is it easier to work in pixels with a mouse? Or do you still, because when I tried to do pixel art, I still used the graphics pen just because I feel like it's faster. You require suffering, puts away the pen, grabs the mouse. Exactly. Let's see. This might work. I bet it will. Oh, it only works because, here, hold on. I'll fix it so everybody can see. I'll just put it on screen. I think it only works because I am in your Discord. Here we go. Look what Isel did with a mouse, right here. Look at this, right here. This. And I was trying to teach her about layers on the spot. I had to leave, so I didn't get to finish. But Isel did this with a mouse, you guys, in draw pile. Incredible. Also, happy 400th stream birthday. 4-year anniversary. This was Isel's 4-year anniversary draw pile stream. But yeah, I was very impressed with this dodo. Like, incredible. Especially for a mouse. Like, incredible either way. But a mouse, you guys. You mostly use a graphics pen. Okay, but for smaller resolution, some is a mouse. Okay, that's interesting. That's good to know. Interesting. Okay, what is the deal here? Why is it not letting me? Because I'm on the wrong layer. Of course I am. Why would I be on the right layer? Psh. See, listen. Layers confound even the most practiced of digital artists. It is very easy to find yourself on the wrong layer perpetually. Yeah, you should be happy. I was insanely helpful. I just said the same thing that I always tell people when I'm trying to walk them through digital art for the first time. I always explain it like transparency paper. It's just each layer is a transparent layer, unless you change its properties, but typically they're transparent, and just think of them as like you're drawing, like kind of like traditional cell animation, right? You got your line layer, you got your color layer, you lay them on top of each other. Like here's my line layer right here, here's my color layer. So it's, you know, once you get layers down, digital art becomes less confusing. It's giving me lemons. But don't worry, when you try pixels again, I think you'll be fine with the tablet. Yeah, I will. Oh, I will. I told you that I got A-Sprite. A member of chat, Vickman, was very kindly gifted me the money to purchase A-Sprite. And I did go get it. I haven't had time to sit down and mess with it too much. But every time I watch your stream, Joe, I'm like, man, I should open up A-Sprite. I should do that sometime. Maybe if I can finally get caught up in all my tech issues. Like, fix my website and do all the like back-end things that take priority away from everything else I want to be doing. I will eventually have time to actually experiment with art again. That would be so fun. I am, now that I can potentially stream from the studio again, I am thinking about doing more traditional streams. I really want to play with watercolor. I want to start doing some of these art gym warm-ups from the studio. I'm not sure when I'll start doing that. We'll just have to see. It's like the most discouraging thing, though, to get over to the studio and realize the internet's out or the tech's broken, and I have to come back here to do warm-ups, which I've had to do in the past. So we'll see if I can get through this month of streaming in the afternoon, and then I'll start trying to do more stuff from the studio, like co-streams. Me and Isel did some co-streams. For those who missed it, we did twice now. She has patiently watched me attempt oil painting on stream. And we might be doing a co-stream again if my internet and my computer works. Oh, thank you, Miss Art Rules. I have used watercolor before. It's actually probably the traditional media that I've used the most, other than like clay. But yeah, oil is the one that I like really hadn't used a whole lot since college. Part 3 is a yes from you. Well, awesome. I will one day steal you for a co-op game. It better not be a scary co-op game. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think what games I even have on my list that are co-op. Because I mostly do arty type games. So if you can find like an art-esque or at least artistically styled co-op game, I might do that. The hard thing about games is I can only do them from here, and I have to wait until my roommate's not around. And I only do them on Sundays because my work days are Monday through Saturday. So my schedule is weird for games. Ryu, you're lucky I even play games on Twitch. Do you not? I mean, you've been around, you know. For a long time I never did games. And then my chat finally talked me into playing games, but I still want to be an art channel. So I'm struggling. You're elbow deep in your first oil painting? So I haven't actually done a painting yet. I've only done like practice stuff. So very proud of you. Yeah. Chat, well done. Ryu is proud of you for making me play games on stream. Yeah, if anyone knows of any like arty, there's probably some cool like indie, I bet there's like a cool indie game that's co-op. That's like really pretty art direction or something. Because there's a few games on my wish list. If anyone wants to see like these are games people have suggested to me to play on stream. With the exception, there's a couple that people have just told me to play. I think it's games. Is it games or games? See, that's how often I play. Yeah, there it is. And those are things that I've got on my wish list. I don't remember if you can actually see my profile from that link. I might need to update the link so that you can see the games I already have. Yeah, but like Journey was really fun, and that was a really like beautiful artistic game. Oh, we could play Journey! Ryu, can we play Journey? Ryu, hey Ryu, hey Ryu, hey Ryu. Are you there, Ryu? Ryu, can we play Journey? I love Journey. Yeah, because Journey, I don't remember how, but somehow you can find somebody specifically on Journey. That would be super fun. Journey time. Yeah, I played Journey for the first time on Twitch a few months ago. I forget how. I'll have to look up the way, but there's a way you can like time it to where you can find a streamer. Yeah, on a journey to find my sis. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody wants to watch the Journey stream, I think it might still be on Twitch, but if it's not on Twitch, you can watch me play Journey for the first time on YouTube as well. Okay, I'm gonna finish this trumpet, gosh darn it. And then we're gonna look at your art. Yeah, I would be super down to play Journey. Oh my gosh, you guys would have to put up with me and Ryu making so many stupid jokes though. I apologize in advance. Paleo Pines is on sale, that one's also on my list. Yeah, it's not quite on sale enough for me. I am pretty cheap, aka broke, and so I pretty much only buy a game if it's like 90% off. So yeah, even if it's on sale, if it's more than like $5, I'm probably not gonna buy it. Oh my gosh, it'll be such a bad good time maybe. Ryu apologizes for nothing, I apologize for everything, so there's the balance right there. That would be really fun, Ryu. I'd be super down. Yeah, we'll have to find a Sunday. I'll have to make an arrangement with my roommate and see. I've wanted to raid into you after the game streams, but you've not been streaming on the days that I've been gaming. So I would love to send my folks your way. And then you can no longer deny your awesomeness, because everyone will know. A Ryu/Kasey Portal 2 stream. I do have Portal 2 now. Is that a co-op game? I haven't played that one on stream, so that one I just played on Discord with whoever happened to be around. So sometimes I'll go into my Discord and I'll play a game that's not particularly like, just like for fun on a Sunday. I really try to only stream games that are like, at least art themed, so that I feel like I'm kind of still on brand. Because I really do want this to be a place where like if an art director comes or somebody in the end, like I want this channel to be like Kasey Snow art, right? Not Kasey Snow games. But yeah, we played Portal I played Portal on Discord. We played Portal 2. I haven't even finished the first one. Maybe. Let's play Journey first. Because I wanna play an arty game with you. If that's okay. If you just like hate Journey, then I mean, well, I don't know why you would hate Journey. I can't imagine why anybody would hate Journey really, but Maybe somebody hates Journey. Does anyone hate Journey? I'm now curious. Are there any Journey haters in the chat? I'm not going to shame you. I'm just curious why you don't like it. You don't think you've played Journey? Ryu! We have to! Ryu, it's so good! Ryu! Kasey finishing first Portal this month on stream. I streamed it on Discord, Raga. But yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it just is a puzzle game, but it's not really like, I mean, all games have art design to them, but there's a big difference between like Portal and Journey, or like, what's another? Like even Okami, like you paint to attack, right? So I've played Okami on stream because it's like literally art is part of the game and it looks like you're running around in a traditional Japanese painting. So like that's the kind of, like when I say art games, like I mean like games where art is clearly like a big focus in some way. Like Dordogne, we need to finish Dordogne. Like you're just walking around in a watercolor painting. That's the one I want to finish next, because that was beautiful. And we haven't finished that one. Again, I just need to arrange time with my roommate. I wish I would have known. My roommate was actually out of town this weekend. She didn't originally tell me. She told me she was just gonna be gone for the day on Saturday, and she ended up being gone through like Sunday afternoon. So if I had known, I would have maybe even streamed on Saturday night or Sunday and done a game stream, but I felt like it was too short notice to just like spring it on you guys. I'm trying to be nice to my mods. And also I know there's people who want to catch those games, and so I feel bad just like randomly doing them. But I gotta figure out a time to work with her so that I can just figure it all out. Wheatley is your all-time favorite video game character? Yeah. Yeah, Issa plays games too. So many games. It's so weird. Don't you guys know that Twitch is for art and education? Why are you all playing games here? So strange. How niche. What's it like to be a niche category on Twitch? No, I know. I'm being a total weirdo. Yeah, there's free education on Twitch, Ryu. Did you know this? I didn't know this until last year, and then I got obsessed. And then I got so obsessed that they handed me a sword one time, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be so bad at this. And then I was. The end. Dang it, I'm on the wrong layer again. Poop, monkey, butt face. Sorry, pardon my French. That's how you know I'm really mad at myself. Ah, I did the whole thing on the wrong layer. Layers. Okay. I have to restrain myself from playing games on stream all the time. Really? See, I'm kind of still afraid of the game side of Twitch. I had to be coerced into playing. I had to be. It was a lot of effort on chat's part to get me to play a game on Twitch. I've just heard so many horror stories, and it seems like there's like more likelihood of running into the toxic side of Twitch on the game streams just because there's more people on it, not because there's anything wrong with games or game communities necessarily. It's just like you're more likely to run into the annoying 13-year-old boy or person who their only joy in life is to like cause trouble for a streamer. And I just haven't had that problem on the art side of Twitch, so I really didn't want to like invite that or like make my mods have to do more work. Like, I don't know. It just took me a long time to work up the nerve, basically, to do a game on Twitch. But the games that I choose are also very like niche games, so like I'm not playing the big games, and I think that helps. As a mod, I wish to swing my sword. I'll have to let you know next time I play a big game. I think the most popular game I've even played on Twitch was probably maybe Katamari Damacy, but it's not a category. It's like one that everybody knows, but not one that a lot of people play. So, the main thing I don't like about it is I struggle to pay attention to chat. More so when you're painting. Oh, you struggle more so when you're painting? Interesting. I just stop painting and talk. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to, on that note though, I think I'm gonna have to call this one. It's not done. I didn't really get the metal effects that I wanted. barely even got past the like color stage of this, like the basic flat color stage, but there are some like important things to note about reflections that I've kind of been trying to pay attention to. Like there's like the thicker side and then the thinner side, I'm assuming away from where the light source is coming from. So like that's something I can pick up from this. Also just like the way that the shadows kind of cluster on one side of everything. Like right here, there's like shadow line, I think is kind of interesting. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I should do that. Probably a better strategy. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad because games, I feel like I ignore chat a lot, and I feel bad about that because I'm like so focused on the game. Oh, thank you, Paleo Artist. I appreciate that. Oh, and Crimson, you asked what is Journey? It's a single player MMO sort of, but you can only like, if somebody else plays with you, they can kind of like jump in and it's just one person. You can't have like multiple people. So it ends up being kind of a surprise. Like I didn't know other people could join. It's kind of funny if anyone watches the VOD back for that stream. I thought it was an NPC. I didn't realize it was like an actual human playing with me when I was playing Journey. And so it like, I don't know, it was kind of funny. And I felt bad after because I felt like I was not being a very good like team player before I knew. But it's just this really beautiful like desert landscape, and you're just kind of, it's a very beautiful story. There's no talking, the score is gorgeous, the art direction is gorgeous. You're just kind of exploring and you kind of discover the story as you go, of what happened in this world and like what is the journey you're on. And it's all very like, there's a lot of metaphor and a lot of like just really beautiful imagery. I think it's a wonderful game. I've played it twice now, both times on stream. And I would be happy to play again. You got home before I read it out? Oh, hey, welcome back. Ooh, Odin, good to see you. There are times when a game will engross me so much I can't pull my eyes away to read chat. If I myself audibly apologize. Yeah. So sorry, Big Boss. We'll read you in a minute. Yeah. See, and I don't play games. I think I've only played, so I played Okami. I think Okami was probably the most like gamey game that I've played. The other ones I've played are like very story driven, very chill. Except for Katamari, but Katamari is just funny. I feel like, even if I'm not talking to chat, I think it's entertaining to watch Katamari. Yeah. Roll up the world! So what instruments have we done? This one. This is the only one I've done. We kind of went down a few rabbit holes today, but that's okay. They were good rabbit holes and I don't regret them. However, I am about to go get into the Discord and look at what you guys did. So I'm gonna pull that up. If you are a streamer and you posted, you don't have to be an art streamer, but if you are a streamer and you posted some art, just let us know if we don't already know that you're a streamer. We'll be happy to give you a shout out when we have your art on screen. So it's just a fun little participation-y thing that we do. There you go, there's my one instrument that I drew. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like my trumpet. Much chaos, yes. We had more chaos than art. Well, I'm sure people in chat drew. But last call, if anybody wanted to post there, or if you don't want to join another Discord, but you have a Blue Sky, I also have a Blue Sky link right there. I've made a post, at least I think I did. I should probably have checked that. I did, yeah. So you can post in the comments on the Blue Sky. I don't see anything there right now, but I'll come back and check later just in case. So that way, if you don't want to join the Discord, you don't feel like you have to. Because I get it, Discords are overwhelming. There's a bajillion of them. So let's go to the Discord and see what you guys did. Why is this taking so long? Come on. Come on. Here we go. All right, beautiful. So I'm gonna scroll just really fast, make sure everything is work safe. It is, good job. And we're gonna go up to the last thing that I showed on stream, which was my sea slugs from last time. There we go. Okay. Boink. So, yeah, so here it is. So this is the one I did last time. So basically everything below this is what has been posted since the last warm-up stream. So that's just how it works. we'll just look at everything that has been drawn since then that has been done from observation. So we're gonna start off with Eerie Cass. I think Cass has a different name on Twitch. I don't know if they stream, but doing some awesome studies. It looks like they said, I'm so honored by this, decided I will go do art gym from the start, and here are the big cats. I'm doing sketches with pen only, so I have to own my mistakes. One, that is like next level, working on like hard mode, doing it in pen with no erasing. Two, I'm honored that you would go back through all of the art gyms. There's quite a few of them now, but yeah, I mean, feel free to skip some if you don't want to do them all. But yeah, that's really cool, and that's why they're up on YouTube. So if anybody wants to go see, like, this was from the first art gym I ever did last January, I think it was when I started doing the art gym, and they're all up on YouTube. You can type !socials or !YouTube to see them, but these are some of the images that I studied that day, and it looks like Cass was working from those as well. So these look great movement, great gestures, very, very cool. These look fantastic. Well done, Cass. And again, I don't know if you stream, but these look very nice. Well done. Lovely textures. I really like the gestural movement of this one, especially. So, Cass, if you're in chat and you do stream, let us know. We'll be happy to give you a shout out. But thank you for participating and drawing along at the art gym and being our accountability buddies. Yeah, these look great. And good luck with your journey along the art gym over there on YouTube. I hope you enjoy, and I apologize in advance for all of the awkward mumbling that you're gonna have to listen to for the first like 2 months. Because you guys, when I say I was nervous when I first started streaming, like trying to do things on stream, like intentionally, I was so nervous. I've come a long way. All right, and this one is from Ray of Sun. Ray of Sun, I don't think streams either, but does incredible work. This one was done, what did Ray of Sun say? Colored pencils, wow. Colored pencil is a medium that I cannot get into. I am eternally impressed with people who have the patience for colored pencil, but it's like so much layering, and I just don't have the patience. Like, I want to slap color on and be done, and you can't do that really with colored pencil, but the effect is fantastic. This looks great. I love that you always like date and timestamp your pieces too. This is a fantastic sea slug. I forget the name of this particular nudibranch, but Ray of Sun, if you're watching this, or if you come back later and watch this, wonderful job. Really, really great work. Yeah, this looks awesome. I love this, like the subtle blending here in the blues and like the little tiny textures you got along the mantle and stuff. I think that's what they call it, is the mantle. It's like that upper ridge of the sea slug. It looks fantastic. And of course the horns, the rhinophores. I'm trying to use the correct terms so that I can remember them for as much as we talk about sea slugs here. But these look great. Thank you so much, Ray of Sun, for sharing. Fantastic job. Love to see it. And this one is the HDMZ. HDMZ definitely does stream here, so we will get you a shout out, HDMZ, but did some more stuff from outdoors, from out walking around, drawing things that you see, like objects, like putting perspective boxes around things is a great idea to help you get perspective down. Like this little dice is great, this little person. Is this this looks like a figurine or something maybe that you drew. But looks fantastic. Well done, and thank you again so much for sharing these with us, HDMZ. Being inspiring, always making me remember that I need to do more observational drawing and bring a little sketchbook with me where I go places. So if you aren't already doing that, chat, definitely get into this practice. It is a good one to have. Yeah, great job. Well done. All right, and now here we have one from Amaze, an instrument. It is a berimbau. How do you play this? It looks like a bow and arrow with a drum on it. I am very curious about what this sounds like. I'm not gonna lie. Very good habit. Yeah, it is a good habit to have. It's a very cool instrument. I just want to know what it sounds like. This is just a fishing rod. Hey, Paradox Moose. No, it's an instrument. It's an instrument. It looks great. The study is fantastic. It's a Brazilian instrument. I'm gonna have to look this up later to hear what it sounds like. Somebody look it up and listen and tell me what it sounds like. I'm very curious. Very, very cool. I wonder what this is for. Lovely job, by the way, with the perspective on this gourd, I'm assuming. A painted gourd is what that is. But it looks really, really nice. Well done. Well done, Amaze. Thank you for introducing us to an unusual instrument that I've certainly never heard of before. Very cool. Lovely drawing. By the way, if you guys aren't following Amazing Fan 15, make sure that you do. Works almost exclusively in Krita, does a lot of comic work, character art, animation. If you're into any of that, make sure you check it out. Streams are always a good time, very chill. Plus, then you can rib him right back. No, Azalace is pretty good at that. I don't need to do very much of it. Primarily used during demonstrations of the martial art. Oh, yeah, I am familiar. I always forget how to say that martial art. Capoeira? Is that how you say it? Okay, that's cool. That's really cool context. I didn't know that. This is a shamisen. Looks like a small banjo. Never heard of this one either. Maze is doing some interesting instruments, educating us on unique instruments across the world here. I have not heard of this one either. It looks like a 3-stringed banjo. Very cool. Again, lovely drawing. Really, really fantastic. Oh, there's a link in stream chat. Perfect. Thank you. Capoeira. Is that how you say it? Capoeira? Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that, Moose. Sounds like a mix between a bongo and a guitar. Oh, very cool. Well, this one looks fantastic as well, Maze. Great structural drawing, great perspectives, and just fun to learn about a new instrument. I'll have to look this one up as well. Thank you, thank you. I wonder if I have that. Is there a banjo? I know it's not a banjo, but that's about as close as I can think of. Very cool. Music. It's Japanese. Oh, okay. Nice. I'm curious what it sounds like. All right, we got this one from Miss Art Rules. Very cool. Miss Art Rules, is this your own guitar? Or is this or ukulele, or is this one that you found online? Very cool. Lovely watercolor painting, by the way. Really, really nice job with the values and structure of this drawing. Really, really lovely. This looks great. Yeah, good proportions. Good job actually like looking at seeing like how things are relating to each other and where they belong in the image. Like this is really solid. Really, really nicely done. It's interesting, you kind of drew it in like perspective, like at an angle almost. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But it has a nice effect. Very, very well done, Miss Art Rules. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's see if I can find a, I don't think there's a ukulele, but there might be a guitar. Acoustic, maybe? No. Violin? That's close enough. Team Uke, yeah, that's you. It is your own ukulele. That's awesome. I didn't know you also had one. That's so cool. Well, very cool. Love to see it. Did you draw from actual observation? Like, did you pull out your ukulele and actually look at it to draw it? Or did you take a picture and draw from the picture? Either way, well done. But if you didn't draw from actual observation, I highly recommend doing that sometime if you want to really, like, stretch yourself. Although, you know that that's a good way to do it because you do plein air stuff, too. Dilly Dally has done a couple of gestures of a brass instrument and a drum. These are great, Dally. I know Dally had to run, but we can get Dally. I know Dally streams. I don't know if Dally is currently streaming. I think she might be on a break, but go ahead and follow anyway because Dally does incredible character art, is a real pro, and does awesome stuff over there, and I think you'll get a kick out of Dally's streams. Get lots of good tips and stuff on the industry. If you're somebody who's into game art or industry stuff, highly recommend hanging out with Dally. These look great, Dally, by the way. Of course, I'm not surprised. You made this look so easy. Like, it took me a long time to figure out all the different, like, ways that the brass was connected to each other when I was doing the trumpet. These look fantastic. Love this drum. This has such good character. Like, you can just tell Dally is really comfortable with shape language. Just looking at this almost has, like, character to it, this drum set right here. Fantastic stuff, Dally. Thank you so much for sharing and for drawing along with us. I'm gonna try really hard to beat this ad. So if any, thank you to the mod who keeps snoozing that. I'll try and snooze this one here in a second. Trumpets hurt my brain, says Clem. Clem, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, like this bit, like trying to get those little pieces all like stacked the correct way, very confusing. But I think you did a good job, like honestly. Oh my gosh, look at these ones. Clem, what the heck? This one done in perspective is like really, really great. Well done. Oh, and I love your little perspective box. This is a really helpful way to kind of keep your perspective lines kind of together. I need to probably do more things like that. I always forget about that. Insanely good perspective. Yeah, Clem, I'm not sure if you stream. I don't know who that is in chat, but if you're in chat, feel free to say hi. But if you'd rather lurk, that's okay too. Just know that we are very impressed and this looks fantastic. Here we go. Hey, there's a trumpet. Look at that. Look at that. Well done. These look great. Really, really, really great job with the perspective lines, or the boxes and stuff too. Very impressive stuff. And you even drew it from above, it looks like. So this is a great, excuse me, a great example of like studying the same object from different angles. And this is also why it's helpful to draw from observation, because then you can just turn it yourself and see it from different angles. It's hard to find these things online and make sure they're the same object and stuff. So always recommend if you have access to something to do that, but this is a fantastic way of doing like a full all-around study, because now you know what it looks like from every angle. You've had to think about how the pieces fit together, how like what the actual function of the object is, so that when you go to actually draw from imagination later, you can draw on like metaphorically draw on some of this knowledge that you just gained, and hopefully you know, apply it. A great thing to do, actually, when you do studies like this, is to go pretty shortly after and try to do something from imagination, just to see what you actually took from your observational drawing. If you find that you struggle to draw without a reference, you were probably copying more so than studying, and then that's a good reminder to go back and like really think about and ask yourself questions about the thing you're drawing as you're drawing it, to kind of reinforce the learning aspect of studies, because if all you're doing is copying so it's like the difference between like memorizing information for a test and actually learning about it and being able to recite it to somebody. So kind of think of it that way too. If you're struggling with the difference between copying and studying, if you're just copying, you're not going to be able to recite it, right? But if you're actually studying something, you're going to be able to actually recite or draw from imagination, in other words. I don't know if that's a better way to think about it, but maybe that can help explain it. So great job, Clem, whoever you are. Fantastic work. Ultimate Pumpkin Pie, lovely. Spent a lot of time trying to study the angles on these. The weird one is Lizzie from Warframe, who is a sapient guitar that you can play. Wow. I have never played Warframe, but that sounds really interesting. This is a lovely drawing of a guitar. I recognize this as a real guitar. Let's look at this other one. Oh, but you did the perspective box lines. See, that's really helpful. I'm curious to know if doing both helped you if doing a study of a real guitar, do you feel like that helped you, Pumpkin Pie, when you went to go do this one, or did you do this one first? Because I would think, and I could be totally wrong, but I would think that drawing from an actual one to actually learn the anatomy, basically, it'd be like learning the anatomy of a real lion and then going and drawing a fantasy lion, right? It kind of helps you understand what you're looking at, maybe. But I could be totally wrong, too, because I don't draw a lot of instruments or objects. But I like that you did the perspective lines and you tried to line everything up and yeah, keep it pretty on the level. So well done. I don't know what this is supposed to look like, so I'm just guessing it looks just like it. You did the real one first, which helped. Awesome. I'm glad that helped. Yeah. Always recommend drawing from real life before drawing from something that's stylized or imaginary, for sure. It's just going to help you understand what you're doing. You don't have to show the references if you don't want to. It's totally fine. I was just curious. I believe you. Yeah, no, I totally believe that you used reference. But yeah, that looks like that's the end of the art gym for today. Oh, here we go. There's the references right there. Well, thank you for sharing. You didn't have to do that. But it is interesting to see them. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen this before. That is a very interesting guitar creature. But definitely helpful to see what you were drawing from. Well, thank you very much, Ultimate Pumpkin Pie. Pumpkin, do you stream? I can't remember. Let us know and we'll shout you out if you do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my little trumpet, my one sad little trumpet that I drew today, and post it in the art gym. And then that way, if somebody is still working, like if you're still going and you're working on yours and you weren't quite ready to share today, don't worry, just post it whenever you're ready in the art gym. You have until tomorrow. And then even then, if you don't finish, you could do it whenever, because we keep doing these Monday through Wednesday. So art gym is Monday through Wednesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. We're doing that for the month of April to see how it fits with my schedule. So far, I like it, except for today where I was a little tired, but that's okay. But yeah, that way you basically, I want you to get what you need to out of the study, right? We are going to go into an ad. I'm out of snoozes. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to use that time to stretch and to find us a raid target. So we'll be doing that. So don't go anywhere just yet. If you want to get more channel points, we are going to go find some other artists here on Twitch doing something fun. And usually I try to pick, like, you know, at the very least work safe art, so that if you are watching from work or if you are, you know, have kids around or something, it shouldn't be too problematic for you. I'll do what I can. But yeah, if you can hear the sound of my voice, make sure you stretch. Make sure you stretch. Ooh, wait. I think I know where we're going already. Hold on. Hold on. Since I was giving them such a hard time earlier, I think I know exactly where we're going. Ah! What's happening? What the what? Oh my gosh, Azalace, what the heck? Azalace just like cleared my entire bit scroll. Azalace, that is extremely kind. Thank you so much for 2,000 bits. Holy cow. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much again. That was very unexpected. Okay, we do have an ad break, so I'm so sorry. For anyone who's not subscribed, you are going to get hit with ads right now. I apologize, but you're only going to miss stretching, so I'm just going to stretch. We're not going to do anything else, but I think I actually know where we're going today. Because this is somebody who was actually in here earlier and is doing a study, and I feel like it's a very appropriate raid, and I think you guys will love hanging out with them. It's been a while. I figured I would crack the knuckles on bits and, aw, well, you are very sweet, Azalace. You don't have to do that, but I really appreciate that. If you can hear the sound of my voice, go ahead and unshrimp yourself, chat. As we say in Art Twitch, shrimping is the thing that happens when you're hunched over a device or your sketchbook or something like that for too long. So your back starts to look like a shrimp, so you just unshrimp. So we're actually going to overcorrect by arching our backs and pushing together. And what I like to do is do a couple of shoulder rolls to help, and then you kind of like basically try to make your shoulder blades touch. So you're going to make a C shape with your back and just like hold, and this is going to really strengthen those back muscles. It's going to feel, it might feel tight here, especially if you have a very long history of shrimpage. But what I have been noticing is that it's actually helped my posture over time. I try to do this stretch and hold, really like flex those muscles about 20 seconds. And I do it anytime I'm sitting, I'm driving, I'm on my phone, I'm walking. Sometimes I notice I'm hunching when I'm walking. And so if you just try and be aware of it, like this, like, so let me show you. So like after about 20 seconds of holding it, you just relax. So you don't like re-hunch, but you just like, you go from like the overcorrection to just like, basically you're gonna relax, and just relaxing those muscles kind of straightens you out a little bit. And what you notice is over time, sitting with your shoulders back, like whatever that relaxed posture is, it's basically going to slowly cinch you into an upright position. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I am trying to prevent back issues when I am older. And I feel like having better posture is on the list of things that will help me do that. So anyway, feel free to do that a couple of times if you want. In this photo, it's a bit confusing. Yes, Dusky, it is. I struggled. Yes, I struggled a lot with the tubes. I think I figured it out toward the end, but yeah, I struggled a bit. I definitely should have looked at a few different angles of trumpet, but I also got very distracted with chat. Hey Nerduino, how are you? It's good to see you. You have some potentially good comet news for me? What is the comet news? Yeah, it goes in one prolonged scroll. I did figure that out eventually, and so I fixed some of it. But yeah, it's like, it goes like this, and then this, and then around, and then behind. I was like through the drawing part when I figured that out. But yes, thank you so much, Dusky. Yeah, Nerduino, now I'm curious what your comet news is for me. While I'm waiting on comet news, if Nerduino's still here, let me go into the credits. Thank you to everybody who hung out today. Thank you so much for putting up with me today. I know it was pretty rambly, but I appreciate everyone. Shrimp life, no, get those shrimp life out of here. We're trying to unshrimp, guys, unshrimp. By the way, if you guys also like space, somebody, speaking of education, somebody was like, oh, there's education on Twitch? There is. Nerduino is actually a former NASA scientist who streams space news and science stuff here on Twitch. You can like ask him anything about space. He looks at astrophotography. They watch live launches, and he'll talk about what's going on them. Like, it's really, really cool. So if you are into that at all, definitely follow Nerduino. Also, he's just a really nice guy, and he sounds even extra smart. Even though he is smart, he sounds extra smart because he has an accent. And as any of my fellow Americans know, if somebody has an accent and they tell you something, you just immediately think, especially if it's like anything in the UK, basically. We're like, oh, they just must be smarter than us. It's some weird colonial stuff, I'm sure. Oh my gosh. Let me see. I want to know what this comment news is now. Now you got me all curious. Might be naked eye visible by the end of the month. Okay, I've got my binoculars ready. This time, I've got my camera ready, and I know what settings to put it at if it's only on the camera. I'm gonna try and watch it. It's called Swan 25F. See, if you guys want to know when there's comments you can look at, go hang out with Nerduino. He'll tell you. I'll even help you try to see them, even if you're really bad at it, like me. And you try for a whole month and you can't see the comment. That was so sad. Ugh, that was so sad. What comment was that? That was the sad comment. That's just what I'm gonna call it. Okay, what is happening right now? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Who's doing things? I closed the view where I can see who's doing things. I don't know what just happened. Oh, thank you so much, Azlace, for gifting that sub. That's very... Azlace, you're being very sweet. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay. You are doing things. Yes, you are. 100% they're absolutely smarter than us. That's true. Yeah, super interesting, right, Dusky? Oh, another person you guys should follow is Dusky Woods. If you haven't already followed Dusky, fantastic artist here on Twitch. Did I give that shout out correctly? I don't know if I did. What is going on right now? BJ! You guys starting a hype train when I'm I'm on the credits scene? BJ, thank you. Thank you for gifting that sub to Azlace. Very, very worthy target there. Azlace, thank you for your kindness. BJ, thank you for your kindness, as always. It's a term of endearment toward your sisters. Kasey's on. Wait, what? Term of endearment? What did you call me? I don't even know what you called me. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Yes, me and Ryu, we go way back. Okay, I don't think I've missed anything else. You can push them out for tuning. Oh, Red Blue says the big loop at the front is the main tuner. Oh. Yeah, it would help if I knew anything about a trumpet. Well, thank you. Okay, I think I read everything in chat. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. But yes, you guys, thank you all for being here. We're now on a hype train, so I don't know what I should do. I'll just say thanks to everybody in the credits. Thank you to the follows today. Thank you to the subscribers and the gifters. I don't know why. I wish I could figure out a way for it to show when there's gifted subs. Like people who gift subs, but you know, BJ, Azlace, thank you both. I think you were our gifters today. Really appreciate you. Moderators, obviously, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you. And Phoenix, once again, thank you for the raid. I love this little credits scene that I finally figured out how to set up because I can remember stuff. And then also thank you to my patrons. Thank you to everybody who's shown up on the side there. If you become a patron at the big fan tier this month, by the way, you get a dinosaur sticker included with your art in the mail, so if you want to check that out, feel free. But anybody, I think as long as you're above the tip tier, I'll put your name over there in the patrons roster. So if you want your name up there, you can become a patron anywhere above the tip tier. And if you don't want your name in there, if you're a patron and you're like, I'd actually rather be anonymous, just let me know. It's just a thing I used to offer patrons, and then I had to take it away for a while. But now that I found this credits thing, it makes it way easier to implement. So at the end of all my YouTube videos and my stream videos, I have a little credits roll to thank my patrons, because as my patrons are like the reason I'm still able to do this stuff. Some of these folks have been patrons for a very long time, and it's paid for my studio over the years. It's paid for my art subscriptions, my all kinds of stuff, like expenses. It's like basically the main reason I've been able to continue to pursue this dream of mine. Is a lot of it is because of my patrons. So thank you so much, everybody who's ever been a patron, even if you're not up there currently. You know who you are, and I appreciate you. Hey Spicy Jaws, good to see you right at the end. Yes, I don't know what to do about this hype train. I know I feel weird just leaving on a hype train, but like, what's the Twitch etiquette here? You guys are hyping me, and I don't know how to do it. I guess I can talk about this afternoon stream really quickly. If you just got here and you'd like to hang out some more, we are going to be doing an afternoon stream. I'll be working on some projects, and you can take bets on whether you think my PC will make it or not. I spent like a month trying to fix it, and we'll see. It didn't crash last week when I did my test streams, so if you want to come take some predictions, bet some channel points, earn some channel points, come back this afternoon. I'll probably do that every afternoon stream this month. And then if we make it through the whole month of April with no crashes or stream drops or any issues, we're gonna have a party of some kind. I'll be doing giveaways or something. Maybe I'll stream an extra amount of time. I haven't really decided yet. Maybe I'll let you guys decide throughout this month. Let me know what you guys would want to do if my stream doesn't crash. This is all dependent on whether or not my PC can handle streaming suddenly. I still feel like there's a problem lurking, but it has not shown its face yet, so we'll see. Come back at 4 p.m. if you'd like to take bets on whether or not we'll stay live. But I think we're going to go right into actually Uber Blackthorn. I didn't know they streamed until like a few days ago. So they're right now doing this really cool study for Plane April. Is that how you say it? It's very hard to say. We're actually going to be doing a plein air stream next Tuesday in place of Art Gym. So if you want to come back on next Tuesday to do some plein air sketching, I'll be taking you guys around the studio property to draw like different mountain scenes and stuff. It's sort of like a test run because I'd like to take you guys on like a sketch hike or something, but I want to see if my phone can handle it without overheating and also how the signal will work if I'm not on Wi-Fi. So if you want to come back for any of those experimental streams, we're doing a lot of them this month. I'm sure these already got posted, but if anyone wants to follow me on socials, I'm sorry, Ungoy, I'm sorry. I'm 9 a.m. to 11, actually I've gone 30 minutes over today. But if anyone just got here and you'd like to join in, hi and bye, Bakaholic and Ungoy. Hey guys, thanks for being here, Cup of Joe, I appreciate you. But guys, don't go anywhere. Let's hang out with Uber Blackthorn. Oh, I don't have a raid call because I'm not a pro, shoot. There's my links if you need them. We'll just say Kasey raid. Here we go. Thank you so much for that hype train. You guys are way too kind to throw me into a hype train right at the end here. If you don't have a sub, just replace those flailing carnivores with whatever emote you'd like to. Let's go say hi to Uber, who's doing Plain April. Yeah, exactly. Plain Air April. Is it Plain Air? Plain Air April? I don't remember how to say it, but anyway, they're awesome. I didn't know they streamed until like 2 days ago. I see them all over our Twitch, so we're gonna go bring some of our Twitch love to Uber because Uber is awesome. So I'll see you guys over there, and I'll see you maybe this afternoon. Okay? Bye-bye.